Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. You already know what to do. You already know what it is. One time for the fan. We back talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, and so much more. Facebook, Twitter, and so on. It's we everywhere, man. So go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Tag your Falcons friends. Tell your Falcons family. One time for the fan is live doing the damn thing. T Will, what's going on with your former ATL Sports? One time for the fan, and of course, BPE Carey in the building. One
Good
time for the
morning.
fans.
Harry.
Talking Falcons football. How are y'all doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. I cannot complain. I'm gonna get straight to these Atlanta Falcons in just a minute, but I got my dog T Will in here talking Falcons football too as well. T Will, how you doing this morning?
Doing well, Jack Spade. Hey, man, no complaints. Miss Carey, good morning on this Falcon Friday morning. Super excited about taking on these Panthers. And hey, Jack, let's get to it, man. No matter how you shake them up, shake them up, shake them, everything seems to be coming up roses for these Falcons, man. Looking forward to this game. Uh,
What? Hit him
yeah,
with the old Ice Cube, man. Roll
I
him in the
did,
circle of
man.
homies and
That's
watch
an
me break
Ice
him with the
Cube
seven.
reference.
7-11.
7.
7-11.
Yeah.
What's the next line, T Will?
Yeah, I don't
Seven
know.
even
But,
what?
huh?
The Ice Cube line, man.
I don't
Seven
remember.
even backdoor little Joe, man. Come
There
on,
you
man.
go. I just
Come
remember the
on, man.
7-Eleven. I remember that. Carrie, do you know that song? That was a little bit before your time.
I don't know the lyrics like that, but I do know the song.
Hey,
All right. All right. Well, hey, man. Hey, Jack, super excited about these Falcons, man. Look, the run game should play this weekend. We should be able to get in there and do what we want to do, which is win the game and hopefully win by multiple touchdowns. But looking forward to it, man. Looking
I'm
forward to it.
definitely looking forward to it. Also,
Okay.
before we get started talking Falcons football, Falcon fans, please head over to any social media you can and give this brother right here a shout out, man. Muhammad Sanu
Mohamed Sanu.
hanging up the cleats.
Congratulations.
And I gotta
Congratulations.
say,
Bean Talk.
one time to you, Muhammad Sanu, thank you so much, man. For everything that you've done for the Atlanta Falcons, and of course, what you've done off the field too as well. Fans know we had Muhammad Sanu on the podcast last year. Big shout out to Kerry for setting that up too as well. Muhammad Sanu, uh, remember, I mean, most of y'all probably remember. We had one time we were supposed to start, but we started a little bit later because uh, he was busy with his schedule. He was able to jump in with us, talk to us about the Legacy Sports Complex and some other things he's doing off the field too as well. Now I think you guys see the Legacy Sports Complex is taking off everywhere. You got players from middle school, elementary school, high school, college heading over to Legacy Sports Complex. Has a great staff over there too as well. Former players from all different sports. I think they're doing MMA training, basketball training, wrestling, football, everything. Of course, what he does off the field too as well in Africa. And big shout out to Muhammad Sanu. Big shout out to the family. Big shout out to everything you've done, Muhammad Sanu, for your career, man. So shout out to you, Muhammad Sanu. Kerry, Terry, any words from Muhammad Sanu? Because this brother right here has done the damn thing, and we got to take our hat off and salute Muhammad Sanu here on one time for the fan. Kerry,
Yes,
Terry,
for sure. No, I just want to say thank you for everything. I appreciate you. Got to meet him last year at the home opener. Really nice guy. He also joined our podcast. Really appreciate that. That was awesome because I know he has, a lot going on. He's super busy. So appreciate that. And yeah, congratulations on your retirement. I appreciate everything you did as an Atlanta Falcon. Yeah, we really appreciate you. Thank you.
T Will from ATL Sports one time for the fan.
Definitely appreciate him as an Atlanta Falcon. Will always have love in my heart, but even more so as a human being. A lot of guys talk it. A lot of guys talk it, but not a lot of guys talk it and walk it like they talk it. See what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
But he walks it like he talks it. Again, very philanthropic young man. I'm going to say young man. Uh, definitely bringing resources to communities that are destitute and without resources, and just a great human being, really trying to make the world a better place. So look, I have nothing but great things to say about Mohamed Sanu, and I wish you well in your future endeavors, although you don't need me for that because you're already killing out here, Mohamed. But hey, man, it was very nice to meet you at that Falcons game. Very nice to interact with you on this show, and well-deserved congratulations.
And big shout out to Mohamed Sanu here from One Time for the Fan. Also, another big shout out to Eric Parker. The grass looks amazing. My neighbors came by and complimented me. They need your business card, Eric.
Oh, man, I'm not going to let you talk about my brother while he's not here to defend himself. You know my brother's working this morning.
Okay.
Stop it, Jack.
Okay. Big shout out to Eric. Big shout out to the chat. Look, let's get to the fans in the stands and see what's going on here. Dwayne Ruffin checking in from the West Coast, who was also at the Vikings game too as well. Dwayne,
yeah, he was.
Please talk to us in the chat. How was the atmosphere in Minnesota? How was the entertainment? Of course, you know you went to the events with the Rise Up Tour fan club and so on. So shout out to the fan club over there. But Dwayne, please tell us, how was your trip to Minnesota? Because Dwayne flies in from the West Coast. So for fans who can't make the game, for fans who love the experience of just seeing people who just go out of town and just become the super fans, you got people like Dwayne Ruffin in the chat to tell you about it. So Dwayne, please let us know how was everything in Minnesota. And T. Will Carey, he rolled up out of there with a win. So big shout out to Dwayne Ruffin.
Yeah, shout out to Dink.
Dwayne says, happy Friday, Falcons fam. Let's keep this thing rolling. Big shout out to Dwayne Ruffin. James says, good morning, everybody. Jack? Shout out to James. He also says, we ready. We ready. Do the dance, T-Will. Come on, T-Will. You got to be on cue, man.
Ready.
Damn.
We ready.
I'm trying to tell you, man, we got to catch Uncle Steve, man. We got to catch Uncle Steve, T-Will. You got to do the dance.
I'm
Show the
singing
ice.
it now,
Show
man.
What
are we doing? I got to be doing this while I'm singing it.
Damn, man. Uncle
I
Steve
can only
watching.
do one thing at one time, according to my wife. Come on, man.
Damn.
Shout out to Miss Kim this morning.
Good
morning,
Miss Kim. We're trying to get that big red truck too, T-Will. We got to get that big red truck too. Big shout out to Jay Black. He said, morning.
Jay Black.
Morning, Carrie, Jack, and T-Will. Jeremiah Weems is in the chat.
What up, Jeremiah?
He's saying good morning. What's up to everybody? We got our good friend John Moreno in the chat.
John Moreno.
Falcons football. And look, T-Will.
He sounds like a talk show host, doesn't he, Jack?
John, coming down.
Good morning.
John Moreno.
John Moreno. We're live with John Moreno talking about will the Falcons beat up the Panthers with their bare knuckles?
John
we'll be right back
in 5 minutes. John, what do we have? We have a brand new car.
A new car.
John Moreno.
Carrie's like, what the hell are you guys on?
Hey, we're on that juice, Carrie.
I'm like, wow, I need another cup of coffee. But no, shout out to John Moreno in the chat.
Carrie,
I'm ready to talk some Falcons, though. I'm hyped
John
after that win.
36-17, Carrie, already. We didn't even talk Falcons Panthers yet. We still got to get the Falcons Vikings. We got to get to a little bit more.
I said 100-0. So
100-0.
Hold
on, Carrie.
Hey, yeah, that deserves a wild thrill. Hey, Jack, and I love you, Eric Parker, my brother, as you guys know. But I'm going to talk about you while you're not here. Ever since Eric said it was going to be like 500-2 or whatever ridiculous statement, Carrie's been on this train, right?
Eric's rubbed off on me for sure.
He did. So yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. That Jeff Ulbrich scheme has definitely rubbed off on his defense, man. Because what happened on Sunday, we have to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about Falcons Panthers. The injury report is out, Falcon fans. We got some people banged up on both sides of the fence, from the Carolina Panthers to the Atlanta Falcons. I made a post this morning on IG, so if anybody got Raheem's number, just go ahead and let him know I got my cleats in the car. I am available to play Sunday. I don't need no practice, but I can get out there and whoop up on the Panthers. Hell, me, T-Will, and Carrie can get out there and whoop up on the Panthers. We don't even need everybody else, because that team right there is looking
Carrie
bad.
Can whoop up on the Panthers. T-Will's going to be the oxygen mask.
Hold on, Carrie. Is it T-Will or a G-Will? The other day we got a different side of Terry.
D-Will.
Oh, wow.
D
Oh,
will. Yeah.
D
oh wow.
will. Oh gosh.
That's from my brother. My brother
Hey,
who labeled me. What did he label me? Debbie Downer,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't be like, we're going 17-0. You know, whatever. Okay,
So it's
16-1,
D.
almost as good. I'll take
Yeah.
it. But
Well,
let me
whatever.
tell you something. We're going to the playoffs. I said it the
We
other day on
are
the
going
podcast.
to
I'm
the
gonna say it
playoffs.
again. I feel like this team is built for success. From seeing Michael Penix's first 2 games, and Kerry, what is this? This is his 5th game as a starter.
it's sixth, I
His
believe.
6th
But
game coming up as a
six,
starter, I believe, right?
Yes.
So it's like
six
we are
games.
in the position to watch this kid have a fantastic career. We saw what he did against the Bucks, even when the scheme wasn't working too well, I think, offensively. But Penix kind of saved the day, almost putting up 300 yards and putting us in a position in the 4th quarter to go down there and kick the field goal to go to overtime. But it didn't happen. But
Oh wow.
I'm just saying. But
We still
I,
got 3 kickers, by the way. I'm just saying.
Carrie, if you have your
As of
cleats, we can go
today.
out there. T Will, we can go out there.
I
I go out there
mean,
too. It's
shoot,
6
do they?
kickers now.
I know. Do they need 6 kickers? Because we got 3. I'm pretty sure most teams don't even have 2.
Right. Because Falcon fans, we did have a little situation. We don't want to spend too much time on it because Parker Romo went 5 for 5 the other day. Big shout to Parker Romo. There's reports that the
Parker.
Terry, I'm sorry, G Will. There's reports that the family, Parker Romo's family, is moving down here to the A. So it's looking like
That's right.
there might be
Okay.
something brewing over
So
there. Of
we've
course,
we've made a commitment then. So we're about to break up with Koo, and we're about to run along with Parker. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying when people report that type of information, they want
Yeah.
you to know that something is happening, right? Like, let's
Yeah.
just say nobody reported that Parker Romo's family is possibly moving to Atlanta, or they could be on the way to look for a location here in Atlanta to stay.
Mhm.
Nobody would ever know what's going on. Right? I mean,
Are
we
the
want.
are these reliable sources, Jack?
Oh,
Yes,
these are
Joe
definitely
Pat.
reliable
That was
sources.
Joe Patrick, Falcons reporter yesterday. He said that Parker Romo said that his wife and young children moved into town with him this week,
Uh-oh.
relocating from Arkansas.
So
Sounds
we're
like
not
he has
talking
plans
about
to
no
stick around.
Marriott, Carrie, or no
Oh
Crown
wow.
Plaza.
They
We're
moved
talking
in.
about they
Oh
they they're
wow.
looking for they in Locust Grove. T. Will, you might want to look outside your window and just in case your new
What?
neighbors moving in. That might be Parker
What?
Romo. I'm just letting you
Oh
know.
wow.
Man.
Matter of fact, my
Hey,
new neighbors just
so
moved in too, and they got a nice little Mustang over there. That might be Parker Romo.
oh wow. So Jack, it looks like Koo's coming over to get his album and get that one shirt that he left with the Falcons.
Hey man, even Millie Vanilli had a hit. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and
What?
subscribe button.
What?
We're gonna get straight
That
to it here.
deserves a
Dwayne Ruffin
what?
said, "I'll go ahead and get straight to it." T. Will, want to go? I got you.
That deserves even Miller
Falcon
Wow.
fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Dwayne Ruffins in the chat. He said the atmosphere in Minnesota was electric. Terry, we watched the game definitely from our area where we was watching the game from. Give us your thoughts about the environment that you saw with the Falcons marching into Minnesota before the game started. Like, you heard the noise of the fans, and people's posting the message that the text message came through on their phones saying that's going to get super loud in here and be very careful how loud it can get. Terry, what were the Falcons marching into Sunday before that big win?
Yeah, I mean, you tried to warn us. It's very loud environment, hostile environment. Uh, I mean, you saw them doing the skull chant before the game started. It was very loud. Those fans were very hyped for their home opener. And yeah, our Falcons, you saw it that first drive. We were on the field first, and our offense, man, they were having a hard time getting it together in the beginning because I think partially because Zach Robinson was a little slow to get the play calls in, but also because it was so loud that our players couldn't even hear anything. They had to resort to using a silent count. So yeah, definitely loud environment. I saw the Bengals, they play in Minnesota this week, and they've already said that they've been practicing all week with the silent count. So
And hold on, I don't want to spend too much time on the Vikings, but we did bang them up a little bit. But are we looking at the return of Ritter in Minnesota versus Jake Browning? Like, is backup versus backup now
no,
in this
it's
game?
Carson Wentz. He's the backup to the backup.
I guess.
Ritter's not yeah, he's not even the backup. He's the backup to the backup.
Well,
He's the
Ritter,
man
right?
next to the man next to the man. Hey, you
Oh,
know
Yeah,
what? What I
Carson
will
Wentz
give
is
Ritter.
starting.
Ritter doesn't quit, man.
They
he
just
Ritter
had to
does
finds a
not
sign
way.
quit.
Ritter in case, God forbid, something happens to Carson Wentz when he's playing on Sunday. But yeah, he's the starter Sunday.
He finds a way to end up on these teams.
He does, man. He does not quit.
I
You know
got
what?
him
His
up.
interview skills have got to be off the chain. I mean,
Right,
think about it for a sec, right?
right.
He's been on what, 5, 6 teams now?
He goes in there and shows the college tape. He definitely doesn't show the NFL tape. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Winston
I wonder,
Thornton's in
you
the
think he
chat.
promises to get him to a Super Bowl? You think every interview is, and by the way,
Oh my
yeah, I'm
God,
not
No,
T
I
Will,
leaving.
think
that's a
he learned
wow.
his
That's a
lesson with
wow,
that.
T Will.
No,
What?
I
Don't
think
do that to us, T Will.
I think he learned his lesson with that one.
T
I'm
Will's
not
doing full
leaving.
G Will in here today. Never mention anybody who promises the Falcon fans a Super Bowl. We don't do that here on the channel. Matter of fact, T Will, you're in timeout for the next 5 minutes. So
Oh,
you just
wow.
listen to what me and Kerry got to
Oh,
say.
wow. I'm in the
Winston Thornton.
penalty box. I'm in the penalty box.
Winston Thornton from the eye test. Falcon fans, go over to
Winston.
Winston Thornton's channel, go over
Hi,
to eye test
Winston.
and hit that
What up,
like, share,
Winston?
and subscribe button. I was
What's going
talking
on,
some
Winston?
Falcons with Winston yesterday and King Richie on King Richie's channel. Big shout out to King Richie
Oh,
too as well.
nice.
Dang.
Hi, King
Eye
Richie.
test says, "What's going on?" One time in the chat. Chat, smash that like button. Cool C's in the chat
Yes,
too as well.
please.
Says, "I am late." Kerry, Cool C is not late. You're right on time.
No, you're right on time.
Right
We're
on
barely
time,
just getting.
Cool
I mean,
C.
we just went through the introductions, man. We're just getting started talking Falcons right now. You're right on
Carrie
time.
got her coffee. She's on the dock right now, looking at the people clean the yacht. So she's getting ready to get out there and put her destination in. Where are you heading today, Carrie? The Bahamas?
No, I actually go to the Bahamas on the bye week, so.
Ah, ah.
When I tell you Carrie got her own money, Carrie got her
got
own
her
money.
own money.
That's the bye week, week 5. I had to keep myself busy with no Falcons football, so I'll be in the Bahamas that week for sure.
Hey, Falcon
I heard
fans,
that.
hit that like, share, and subscribe button for Miss Carrie too as well. JND Truck said, "What's up?" One time for the fan. Time for us to get our lick back from those kitty cats. Rise up, T Will.
Let's
We're
go,
definitely gonna
Jay.
get our lick back this weekend, and we don't have Jimmy Lake Lanier to help us out. I don't want to have to, throw his name
No.
out there. You saw what happened last year against the Panthers. Most of that had to do with Jimmy Lake Lanier. So Falcon fans, Jeff
You saw what
Olberg.
happened to Carrie that time on the show where Jimmy kept beeping in on the line and making her and kicking her from the show. It was weird. It happened
He
like
was
7 or 8 times.
Right, that
Carrie
was
said she got
awful.
AT&T fiber, and Jimmy Lake was in the backyard with that shovel,
Hey.
digging right through that line. He was like, "You keep mentioning my name.
To
I'm gonna
those
show
of you
you."
Falcon fans who are bold and daring, say Jimmy Lake's name in the mirror 5 times and watch all your defenses suck on Madden. No, I'm just kidding. Hey man, look it. I think this is going to be a good game. Our Falcons, look, Bijan carried 22 times for 143 yards in rushing against the Vikings. Oh, by the way, added another 25 yards in receptions. As a matter of fact, I think he was only 30 yards behind their entire team, would let you know just how dominating the Falcons were. So we should be able to run the ball in Bank of America Stadium. Some people, no name,
T-Will,
but
from
they
what I
call it
heard,
He will.
what's up?
from what I heard, T-Will, they had to get Bijan out the stadium. He just scored again, so he's
I
actually on
believe
the
it.
way back to
So
Atlanta.
Oh,
he was
wow.
running 9 routes. He was running 9 routes on the facilities people.
From what I'm hearing, Bijan just scored again out there in Minnesota.
Hold
So
on,
Falcon
Frank.
fans-
I'm running a 9 and you're covering me. Let's go. I'm on fire, baby.
Sheesh.
It's been
Big
6
shout out
days,
to Jay
man.
and Big Truck. Look, we're gonna get to some Falcons Vikings talk here just to start up our Falcons Panthers talk too as well. So let me go ahead and pull this up too. Well, you did mention something very important. I know Kerry would definitely like to talk about it too. Bijan Robinson tacking the ball on 22 for 143 out there in Minnesota. Not too much of a hostile environment when you can run the ball over 200 yards with Bijan. And who else, T. Will? Give the ball to Tyler. Tyler Algier, 16 for
Hashtag
76.
Tyler Algier
Carry.
for 1,000 yards in 2025.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here, and I think we win this game by the pass attack, not running the ball, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm hoping this is the game against the Panthers in Charlotte. I'm hoping this is a game where we bring it all together. Like, shout out to Dixon, what he said in the chat. Week 1 was the passing game. Week 2 was the run game. I think this is the week we bring it all together because I don't rate the Panthers. They're like the little brother that tries to be relevant. We just can't hang out with the big bro. Like, they just want to be our rivals so bad. I Yeah, I don't rate them if you can't tell. I'm so ready to put these Panthers fans in their place because they can't stay out of my mentions, talking so much trash about our Falcons, and they always like to bring up that Week 18 game, having no idea that not only was that a different defense, we've added so much speed and young talent to our defense. We actually showed last week against the Minnesota Vikings we have a pass rush. And not just that, but we have an actual DC that has experience that can lead these guys, in the right direction with Jeff Ulbrich and Nate Ali. So this is no longer Jimmy Lake's defense, but I guess they're just gonna have to find that out the hard way, and their home opener this week. So for me though, I don't know. My thing is that I think we need to. This is the week that offense needs to bring it all together. We need to see a balance, in my opinion, a pass and rushing. Um, that's my thing. I would really like to see that, but my also I'd like to say like against I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch the Cardinals versus the Panthers game, but
Mhm.
Panthers defense only limited James Conner, who's one of the top running backs in the league. I mean, he's no Bijan Robinson, but he is a good running back, and they limited him to 3 yards per carry. So Carolina is good at stopping the run. If I had to give them any kind of flowers, their defense is better at stopping the run than stopping the pass attack. So for me, we got to attack that middle of the field because I think their weakness is the linebackers. So I'm hoping this is the game we do just that because we haven't seen that the even against the Tampa Bay Bucks in our home opener. And even last week, actually, if you look at Penix's passing chart, he really wasn't throwing to the middle of the field. So I'm hoping this is the week that we get some more, over mediate deep throws from Bijan. I'm sorry, from Penix.
Definitely to piggyback off of that too as well. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Mama Malone in the chat. Mama Malone, you up this early?
Mama
Mama Malone
Good
Malone.
is up
morning.
early talking Falcons with us. Hashtag 51 in the chat, man. Shout out to Debo. Hope everything's doing well for him and he's ready to go out there and beat up on those Carolina Panthers this week. Kerry, I do want to piggyback off of what you said with the first week being the passing week, second week being the run week. Of course, fans were probably hoping that Michael Penix was going to go out there and put up another 250 plus yard performance against the Vikings and that Brian Flores defense. Of course, with a defensive coordinator like Brian, you got to be very careful, because he does scheme and disguise a lot of coverages. And, for a young quarterback like Michael Penix, you just want to keep it simple. And Penix went 13 of 21, 135 yards, no TDs, no picks, but the run game was going. First week, Michael Penix was airing it out on the Buccaneers defense. And now, Kerry, you did mention this week you want to see balance from both sides. On Sunday, even with Penix not going over 200 or 250, they won the game on all three phases. On the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, and once again, special teams. Hats off to special teams,
Yeah,
especially Mike Ford Jr.,
Mike
man.
They
Ford.
looked way better from week 1 to week 2. Miles
Right,
better, not just the kicker. I mean, that was the whole special teams unit. Looked so
right.
much better week 2. So shout out to them.
Right. And just imagine if we would have had, not going back into the past and saying, oh, yeah, let's rewind time. If we would have had Parker Roma maybe week 1, it could have been a little bit different. You might be looking at a 2-0 Falcons team. You saw it last year when we played the Buccaneers, took them into overtime. First play, bam, Cordell Hodge takes it to the house, and Falcons fans go crazy. Of course, it did not happen this year, week 1 against the Bucs. Going around the NFL, the Buccaneers, who I thought was going to have a tough time in Houston, sure enough, in the fourth quarter, end up finding a way to win the game and go 2-0 in the division now. They have the 0-2 Jets with no Justin Fields on Sunday. So it's like
Mm.
we have to go out there and win this game. Every game is a must-win game. Every game is a battle. But of course, when you have a situation like what's happening in the division in front of you, Falcons have to go and win this game because we have a tough matchup coming up next week against the Washington Commanders. And of course, you saw that team last night on Thursday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills. I ain't gonna lie, looking at the Buffalo Bills schedule, they might be undefeated walking in the Benz. Like they just might be undefeated. Like
I was
they,
wondering who gave them that schedule because I looked at their full schedule this season and they got a nice schedule. So
I
you might
mean,
be right. You might be right
until
on
they
that.
play the Falcons, they have a nice schedule. I can tell you that because the Falcons are going to go in there. It's a home game. It's a Monday night game. But Bills fans are really chirpy right now. They're really talking about taking over Atlanta, which we know that hopefully that's not going to happen. But they do travel very well. And I think the New Orleans Aints play Seattle in Seattle. They're going to go 0-3, and then next week they travel to Buffalo. So they're
Lovely.
one side of the country to the other side of the country, and right now
Lovely.
doesn't look too well right now. So Falcon
So,
fans,
Jack, are you saying 0-17 is still on the table for them?
no, I want to give them one win over the Panthers, but I'm gonna go ahead and say 0-17. So it's
Oh,
looking
okay.
pretty bad for them.
Okay, cool.
Big
Love
shout to
it.
Mama Malone in the chat too as well. Look, Falcon fans are talking Falcons football in here. Terry, we're gonna get to you in a minute talking about Falcons Vikings. What the Falcons did well against the Vikings that they can do well against the Carolina Panthers. You know, Kerry touched on it a little bit too as well. Cool sees in the chat. I'm a diehard Falcons fan, but I think we can't overlook this team. Kerry mentioned ain't no trap game. Eric Parker said ain't no trap game.
No
Well,
trap games when you got a defense.
let's go, Kerry. That's what I'm talking
I'm
about. Jeremiah
saying, I
Weems
don't
in the
know. Like, I used to think it's a trap game. Like, you're gonna, maybe lose to an opponent you should beat. But right now, we have a defense. I mean, what I saw from Minnesota at the Minnesota game is like, I have never seen something like that. A dominant performance where a defense wins you the game. Yeah, the, rushing attack definitely helped, over 150 rushing. But that defense, man, it put everyone on notice around
two
the country.
two division rival games in the first 3 weeks. Falcon fans, you can't ask for nothing better. And don't forget, this is the Carolina Panthers. Like Kerry said, they're trying to spark up a rivalry. There's no rivalry. You guys suck. Y'all,
Mm.
why? What is the rivalry? We are the big brother. You go out, go and put your shoes away. Go over there and wash the car.
Oh
We are
wow.
the ones. Carolina, there's no rivalry here. We're trying to go up against the Bucks to go win this division. And for the Saints, oh my God, that whoever's posting for the ad on Twitter for the Saints admin, you must be crying tears every time you make a post. Because all you see is one time for the fan underneath your post saying, "Post your record. I want to see your record. I don't care what Cam Jordan's doing. I don't care what Chris Olave is doing. Post your record. We want to see the 0-2. Y'all over there big talking out there the past couple years. Ain't no more Drew Brees. I said that when they left. Ain't no more Drew Brees. Get ready for these future years of failure. And you're looking at it right here. Kellen Moore's the new head coach. They don't know what's going on. They're talking about Spencer Rattler. It's time to bench him too as well. Jeremiah Williams in the chat. MacTown Dirty is in the chat talking Falcons football. We got the great Dixon Way is in the chat talking Falcons football. I feel Divine has been a great addition to our defense. It's night and day with his play compared to Troy Anderson, who just can't stay healthy. Now, I will say when Troy comes back, there might be some decent depth, but the DD he's
No.
taking that role. And there's a
Yeah,
couple players that we
100%.
see here, Kerry, that we want to keep going forward with the Atlanta Falcons. Keep DD here for a while, right?
I hope we
Keep
extend him. He's on a 2-year deal, and man, he's showing he's not only, if you watched his mic'd up, he's a leader on the
mm-hmm,
field.
mm-hmm.
And these 2 games, man, this is like
You know what's funny, Kerry?
this.
Terry, if we would have had some of these players a couple years ago, even off the first 2 games, if we would have had Leonard Floyd a couple years ago, Didi a couple years ago, even Mooney a couple years ago, we would have been over. I think we would have been over the hump, right? Some of these guys make a difference on the field, right? And people would say, "Oh, Mooney's he's not a goat, or he's not one of the greatest receivers." Yeah, but look what he does with the Falcons. Look what Didi has done the past 2 games. Look at what Leonard Floyd is doing. Big shout out to these 3 players right here because they're making an impact. And those rookies, Terry, those rookies. We're going to clean up the chat, Terry, and then we're going to get to what the Falcons did well against the Vikings and what they can do well against the Panthers too as well. I know Terry has a lot to say on that. Jay Black says, panel, I hope we keep the game plan simple by our running the ball to open up the pass game, run 60% and pass 40%. One thing Penix is not doing, Terry, agree or disagree, he's not forcing stuff, right? He's not doing let me Ritter it.
Oh, not at all. He's the only quarterback currently in the whole league without a turnover-worthy play.
Right. And I tried not to say that word. I tried to say, let me Ritter it, because that's what he does.
Yeah, you just made his name a verb. Like, that's wow.
That's tough.
You just turned Ritter into a verb.
Okay, let me not Heineke it. See what I did there?
Same
Falcon
difference.
fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe
Same
button.
difference.
T Will, I'm gonna go ahead and keep rolling out these comments in the chat. I know you got a lot to say. T Will, what did the Falcons do well against the Vikings that I know they can go do well against the 0-2 little brother? Pick up your toys and get back in your room,
Pick
Carolina
up your
Panthers.
toys and wash the dishes because mom's going to be here in about 30 minutes. Now, I don't want to hear it.
Sheesh.
They ran the ball extremely well. The outside zone stretch was there. They ran it. They exploited it. They were in a lot of too tight formations, which we really hadn't seen. But I guess Zach Robinson said to himself, hey, hadn't done it before. Let's try it. Situational control was paramount for the Falcons. That 12-yard, 83-yard closer drive put the game away. And let's be honest, we haven't been able to do that in the past. So that was key. Special teams was clutch. Let me tell you something. Parker, we needed your buddy. If you need some guys to help you move your stuff in, we got you. All right. T. Will and the boys will come over. We'll drink some beers. We'll talk about that game in Minnesota. But special teams was great. Mike Ford, as you stipulated earlier, Jack, was phenomenal. I think he made 3 or 4 plays, specifically 2 very clutch open field tackles that were just outstanding. And the defense, I mean, let's be honest. If there was an MVP other than Parker Romo, it'd have to be that Falcons defense. Well, and Bijan, but that Falcons defense came to play. I mean, 6 sacks, at least 3 turnovers, maybe more, countless pressures, and we held them to 6 points. That is the definition of a dominating defense, and that is what you have to do when you go into somebody else's house. You can't leave it for the crowd. You can't leave room for the game to be this historical comeback later on. You got to get in there, kick them in the mouth, get them down, and choke them. That's exactly what it did. Yeah.
T-Will, it seems that one of the little brothers who's supposed to be in timeout then came out of the room.
Oh.
And I don't know.
Oh.
How little brother.
Cash.
I don't know how little brother. Hey, man, there's adults over here talking. I don't know how little brother then got involved.
Gotta get back to the kids' table.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you might want to go, clean off your plate.
Oh, wow.
Clean off your plate before you come sit over here with the adults right now.
That's right.
You can't bring that to the table.
That's right.
What's going on over there in Charlotte?
And
free Charlotte.
Wash your utensils while you're at it, D-Cash, okay? Mom's going to be upset if she gets here. She's got to wash dishes.
Hashtag free Charlotte. Hashtag save the fans. Don't do this, D-Cash. This is 2025.
We're not delusional, D-Cash. The thing about it is we all off season since week 18, we've been listening to Panthers fans talk all this trash, like trying to make this a rivalry. There's no rivalry. We are rivals with the New Orleans Aints. Like,
right.
It's like you're trying to force a rivalry, and it's not, maybe not you specifically, but Panthers fans, man, I got receipts and screenshots for days and bookmarks. So I promise you, Panthers fans on social media have been all off season chirping and trying to make this a rivalry. I promise you.
And if you want to get there, D-Cash, when you look at not like street shit, but Saints, Bucks, Falcon fans, they'll jump you straight up. It's just like, who y'all beating up over there? Oh, that's Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all in the middle of the dog pile. Like, come on, man, don't bring this to Falcon fan. Our rival is down there in New Orleans. That's our rival. Now, when you want to go on the field, of course, we're trying to go win this division, and the Saints ain't doing shit. So we're going to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, too, as well, is starting to get, on our level, a little bit of rivalry, because you see how, last year we swept them. They won a division, X, Y, and Z. Of course, they had that guy from New England who ended up winning the Super Bowl down here. But, bro, y'all days have been over since Josh Norman.
You know what, Jack?
It's over.
You know what? Jack, you guys
days been over since Steve Smith.
It's been a while, yeah. Have you?
Days been over since I don't want to say that name because we live, but there's a former player who did some things.
Oh, you talking about Ray Ray?
Oh my God!
You talking about Ray Ray?
It's been over for a while. D-Cash, the best you can do is tag Cam Newton. The best you can do is tag Cam Newton.
That's been wow.
It's
Hey, Jack,
over.
let me ask
No,
you.
Cam Newton is going off on his podcast about how bad they are too. I don't know if you
D
caught that.
Cash, go argue with Jags fans.
Mm.
Go argue with another division. Don't pick on the Falcons.
Jack, let me ask you a
It's
question. You ever
over.
seen the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe?
Sir, have sir.
Remember in the beginning when he's talking to one of his lieutenants and he says, "Do you think they know they're about to be conquered?" And Russell says, "Would you? Would I?" You know what I mean? They're just sitting back talking, and they're taking on these rebel factions, and the rebel factions are just giving it their best. You know, kind of like the Panthers are going to
So
do.
we're using For My ATL Movies now, D Cash. I hope you're ready for that. Go subscribe to For My ATL Movies too.
I'm just saying, it's like they're sitting there having the conversations. They haven't even warmed up yet. You get what I'm saying? They're like, and these guys are like, pew, pew, and they're doing the best that they can. And the conversation, like, you think they know they're about to be conquered? D Cash, do you know you're about to be conquered? Okay? Back down the hatches, buddy. It's going to be a long
D-Cash is
weekend.
like
You guys have no chance.
D-Cash
You
is like
have
bruh
no
from
chance.
300. He's like bruh from 300. Like, just put the meme out there with the Carolina Panthers. Like, bruh from, like, what's that dude name from 300? He stand on the top of that pit. This is Sparta. And they just kick the Panther. Kick the Panther right into the pit. Look,
You know what?
Kick his ass right into the goddamn pit.
You know what? You know what? You know
You
what?
far down there, Carolina. Look, hold on. You down there.
Anyways, I feel like we're giving the Panthers who are irrelevant
We are.
too
We're
much
giving them way too
attention.
much
I'm
time
just
this
gonna close out with
Rival
please
week,
Cash.
Terry, he wants rival week. This is
That's
no
fine.
rival week.
He's
Y'all
not a
not the
rival,
rivals.
so I just want to say, please make sure you keep this same energy that you're gonna conquer us, and you know what all this stuff you're talking in the chat. Please make sure you come back after we stomp you in your home opener
I
and
wonder if
beat you.
he's
So
going to be a no-show, Carrie.
no, make sure you keep the same energy and come back.
I wonder.
Make sure.
Hold on. Let me get into my Bryce. Let me get into my Bryce Young mode. Hold on. Hold on a second.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, no,
Hey,
Jack.
guys.
Don't
Oh,
do
you're
that.
wrong for that.
Hey,
I
Oh,
might be
wow.
taller than Bryce, actually. Did you
Hey,
see the official
this is the play we're
NFL?
gonna run, guys. Hold on. We're gonna run this play. Hey, you guys ready? Hey, we're gonna run jet sweep,
Oh, wow.
corner, single back, left,
Oh, wow.
200 series.
That's not nice.
Hey, you guys looking at me?
That's
Hey, I'm over
funny.
here.
That's
No.
not
Hey,
nice.
I'm over here.
You think
Meet
that's not
Bryce.
nice, T. Will? You should have saw the official NFL and CBS Sports posted Bryce, the shortest player, versus our former player Calais Campbell last week.
I
David and
saw that.
Goliath, shortest versus tallest. Like I was like, they're wrong for that. It's hilarious.
It
I
seems
He
like
saw
a
that.
said,
walk in
put
your
Bryce
trap
to put
because of your
50 on our head. Yeah, okay. Wait,
Bryce is
you
putting
clearly
what?
didn't watch. You clearly did
Wait,
not watch
50
last
what?
week.
He's betting on the game. That's the only 50 he's putting up is the money on the game. What are you talking about? D Cash, he is. I see what he's in here. I think I know where he came from. He probably came from that 85 North group. Remember that group I told you about, Carrie?
Yeah.
A lot of them is real chirpy because they're 0-2,
No,
right?
I think they're real chirpy because that week 18 game, which he's even bringing that up, all of them bring that up, and they just don't realize that was Jimmy Lake, a
That was
defensive
Jimmy Lake
coordinator
Lanier.
who arguably gave us the worst defensive
The
coaching
worst.
you could ever see, and I'm not even exaggerating. That was very bad. No player looked good under him,
Hold on,
Yeah.
and
let
not
me
just
do.
that, but like we killed the draft. We added 4 defensive starters who are making an impact. I don't know if you watched that game last week against Minnesota, but we had 2 picks and 2 sacks from all 4 of those draft picks. So I don't know. I feel like we're giving this guy way too much attention. So I'm just gonna say,
Agreed.
let's
So
move on and give the Falcons fans attention. And
we're
please keep the
definitely
same energy
moving.
and be back after we whoop y'all.
I just want to do roll call real quick. Buccaneers 2-0. Okay. Falcons 1-1. Okay. 2-1 Sunday.
Present.
I got your Falcons present.
Present. We're here.
Saints 0-2. In the basement. Cut the lights off, please. Who is this? First name Owen, last name 2. First
The
name
footy
Owen,
pad.
last name 2.
The Putty Tats. I
The
think
Putty
I
Yeah.
saw a
Tats.
Putty Tat. I
I
think I
wish I
did.
was going to that game on Sunday, man. I really wish. I'm gonna be on a yacht, so I'm not gonna be able to make it. But man, I wish I was gonna be in Carolina to talk
Just
my
imagine
smack.
how much of a rival you got to try to even put in your system, Carrie, to wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and go search Falcon podcast and say, I'm going to get with these guys today. I'm going to show them what the Panther fan base is all about. We smoke cigarettes in the stands.
They were doing
Well,
it last night on T Will's podcast too. They're showing up all of a sudden out of the woodwork.
well,
So
well.
I guess there's no Panthers podcast going on because they're 0-2.
Hashtag free Charlotte. Hashtag save the fans. Hashtag sell the team. If there's one team in the NFL that I would say go ahead and sell them, nobody would even care about them. Nobody would even remember these guys. It's the Carolina Panthers. I'm telling you right now, they are probably on the brink to move to London. I thought it was going to be the Jaguars, but send Carolina to London. If all teams send Carolina, I don't care. I don't care if I have to go fly to London 2 times a year. I'll do it. I don't give a damn. But I'm just saying right now, send the Carolina Panthers to London. This team is garbage. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. T. Will, Falcons, Vikings. You saw we did well, man. We finna go in there and roll these Carolina Panthers on Sunday. There is an injury report we have to watch out for too as well. A couple players are banged up in Carolina. A couple players are banged up in Atlanta. Kerry, any notable names that Falcon fans should be prepared for to hopefully see play or limited or did not practice this week? Anything on the
Yeah.
injury report?
I'm worried about Charlie Warner. I'm thinking he's not going to play. He's missed yesterday, and he missed Wednesday's practice, so 2 days in a row, with the ankle injury, I believe. So that's not really looking good for him to play, which is unfortunate because against the Vikings, we did a lot more 12 personnel versus 11, which we were always using the 11 personnel. So I really hope Charlie can make it, but it's not looking good. I guess he has an ankle injury, so. It might be, unfortunately, Felipe Frank's time for I know our
Dun,
guy
dun, dun,
T Will's
dun.
loving it. I know T Will is loving it, but
T was
yeah.
over there rubbing his hands like Birdman. Now y'all about to see the wrath of Felipe
Oh
Franks.
wow.
Look at
Oh
T Will.
wow.
He's ready to go. Hey, let me tell you something. Charlie Warner played a big role on Sunday.
He did.
He
He
played a
did.
big role on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. And Falcon fans, if you don't have Charlie in there, you're gonna have to put somebody in play. I think that guy Teagan Quentin Tarantino can jump in there and really help out in the
Yeah.
pass block and the run block situation. There were some plays I think you guys saw on Sunday when the Falcons run that 2 tight end set and somebody's in motion, they're running the ball. It's like heavy protection up front. And they did a good job of protecting Bijan, did a good job of protecting Michael Penix until Charlie Warner left the pocket. Then it was like, hey, Penix, I'll be right back. Looks back. Oh, shit, he's on the ground.
Hey,
Hey, hold
Jack.
on, bro. My bad, dog. I ain't mean to leave you.
Yeah.
But we need Charlie Warner in this type of scheme. We need Charlie Warner for what we're getting ready to do. AJ Terrell's probably not going to be playing on Sunday too as well. D. Alford, I think Natron Brooks, guys is getting ready to step up in a major role this Sunday. Go ahead and do your thing. You don't have to worry too much about Bryce. It's probably going to be a couple pick sixes out there. Billy Bowman, Xavier Watts. I mean, come on. I mean, he can barely see over the offensive line. Like, go ahead. Let's get to this quarterback. Let's get him on the ground. Let's make these things a little bit easier for this defense. Even D Cash said it. Love y'all draft. I want Xavier Watts and Billy Badass a dog. Okay, so look at this. All right, D Cash. Hold on. Come on back to the table, D Cash. Hold on. Let's talk for a minute here. Our rookies are tearing up shit right now. And when you put that into play with some of these veterans, when you got Jesse Bates, let's not forget about Jesse Bates, who Falcon fans and Panther fans must agree is one of the top 5 safeties in the NFL, if not top 3, if not top 2.
Top 3, not 3.
Sheesh. But Falcon fans, you got a team that Jeff Ulbrich is proud to coach, Jerry Gray is proud to coach, and even at 1-1, you really should be sitting at 2-0. You honestly should be 2-0. And like I think 82 Monte Carlo said, the Bucs should be 0-2. They really should be. Carolina, that's 0-2 for you. Saints, that's 0-2 for real. But the Falcons should be.
Yeah, but it is what it is at this point. It's like they found. I mean, it sucks. The Bucks were losing the last 2 minutes of both games,
Right.
against us and the Cardinals. But honestly, that's not to give them their flowers, but at the same time, that's what a good football team does. They find a way to win. So they're going to look back, late in the season. They're not going to say we should have lost those 2 games. They're going to say we're 2-0, So it is what it is. I mean, we just got to find a way to win in Carolina and not look back at week 1. And hopefully it doesn't matter because we're going to win in Tampa.
Right. T. Will, I'm about to change something real quick. You did mention, some players that's going to be banged up too as well. And I see you posted in the chat here, the limited and players that did not practice, full practice and everything. Next man up mentality. T. Will talk about it because it happens in every sport. Somebody goes down, somebody has to come up and step up in a major way. The Falcons did a great job after AJ Terrell went down on Sunday, controlling Justin Jefferson. T. Will talk about the next man up mentality, my brother.
Yeah, you definitely got to do that. It looks like they got there with 4. So when AJ went out, which I believe was latter third quarter, Jack, you there? Wow. Okay. When AJ went out, which I
I'm here.
believe
I'm
was
just changing something. Go
and
ahead.
he's
Yeah.
back. And he's not back.
I'm
And
here,
he's
T.
back
Will.
again.
I'm just
All
changing
right.
something.
He's just
Go ahead.
suggesting something. Keep going.
Hold on, I'm
Okay.
taking this. I'm taking the Panthers for a walk real quick. Hold
All
on.
right. All right. He's taking the Panthers for a while. Oh my God. Okay. No. Falcons went to because when you take out AJ, the thing about it is AJ's really your number one man guy, right? So you take him out, you pretty much are going to have to go to zone, which means that's one guy less that you can rush. And the Falcons did a great job of getting there with pressure with 4. And to the extent that AJ can't play this week, they'll probably have to do the same thing. But look, we got some dogs, man. So I'm confident we can get there on any team with 4 rushers. Now I like 5 and 6, but we can get there with 4 rushers. So, that's the main thing. I know you got some other guys. If Charlie Warner can't play, Kerry, to your point, I think you could see Felipe Franks.
Oh, Lord.
More than likely you'll see Quintariano, or I probably butchered his name, but you will probably see him. Wow, Jack, that was quick. Okay, I can dig it.
It doesn't
Jack,
take much to
change
beat the
That
location.
Panthers.
looks much
It doesn't
better.
take much
Yeah.
to beat the Panthers. It's already fourth quarter already. So you go ahead, T.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But yeah, I agree. I think what really helped, guys, when they filled in, like D offered to step in for AJ Terrell, in that second half against the Vikings, is that we have a pass rush now. So
Yeah.
that helps the secondary, He doesn't, D Alford didn't have to cover for like 10 seconds because we're already getting home to the quarterback. So I think, shout out to Uncle Steve's Lounge. He's in the chat. Shout out to him. He said that Warner's injuries low key probably more critical than AJ, and I completely agree because we were using that 12 personnel to that tight end set more against the Vikings, and it was working very well. And yeah, I think we held up very well. I was nervous when AJ went out, but actually we were all right. Even though he's our best corner on the team, losing him is not, easy, but actually I think the pass rush being there definitely helped the secondary, so that was big.
Yeah, no
It
doubt.
definitely
Charlie
did.
Warner was big in that run game, man. I mean, he
Right.
was making more holes than cigarette burns and leisure suits in the 70s. My man was getting it done. And Bijan was loving it. So I think Charlie Warner was very critical to the success of that running game. Go
Well,
ahead,
I
T.
Jack. What you
agree.
Will,
got?
one thing that we did mention on the podcast weeks ago, or even months ago, when Keith Smith left, we were kind of like saying, "Rest in peace to the fullback position here in Atlanta."
Yeah, they
But they
kind of used
used
Charlie.
Charlie Warner in the
Yeah.
where it's like,
They,
is Warner getting ready to run the ball? No, he's not. He's getting ready to block for Michael Penix and
yeah.
Bijan Robinson. And when you saw that extra tight end come in, it was like, run the ball on these Vikings, put them out of their misery here. To see the Vikings fans who normally is up on second down, first down, yelling skull and all this other chant shit they be doing out there, to
Not
see them
anymore.
sitting down with their hands like they can't believe this is the Falcons that they beat last year in their stadium, controlling their environment,
Hmm.
literally sucking the air out of the stadium off of every single play. They could not believe it. And also, you have to give a shout out to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I don't know if you guys saw the post, but it was like 30 something dollars for like I think a burger and some in like a water, a bottle of water or something. It's like $17 for this and $20 for this. The Falcon Stadium at the Mercedes Benz, you can feed a family of 5 for $20.
Yeah.
And you walk into other people's stadiums and you see these prices that's just outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
But the Minnesota Vikings, I mean, I've been there before like 2 or 3 times, and of course, it wasn't the greatest experience for me because we lost those games. But sure enough, when I don't show up, the Falcons win the game on the road. But they did a good job controlling that environment. Like you guys heard, it is a hostile environment. I think Carolina plays in Minnesota too as well, and that's not going to be good because they're
Mm.
you already know what's going on there. John Brooks is in the chat. A lot of people's in the chat talking Falcons football. It's great to see you all this morning because this is Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. You got my boy Jamal D in the chat too as well. A lot of season ticket holders in the chat too as well. Please rep your section in the chat. If you're going to Carolina this Sunday, go ahead and put it in the chat that you're making the trip. I think the Rise Up Tour has a couple buses heading out to Carolina this weekend. So, shout out to the Rise Up Tour fan club. They have a great experience out there in Minnesota over the weekend with Fabo. They brought out Fabo from D4L, and they was having a great time on the roof. The Saturday night party before the game, and of course, this weekend they're probably going to end up having a good time as well, going into Carolina Bank of America Stadium and walking out of there with a win. D Cash is in the chat. He's talking about it's not a trap game. It's a division game. We'll be closer than y'all think. Good luck to y'all. D Cash is in the chat here. Repping Carolina for some strange reason. He's probably a Braves fan too as well. They don't have no baseball team up there. So John Brooks is in the chat. Bobby D, Blazing Game, is in the chat too as well. And of course, we got our big dog, the OG,
Uncle Steve.
Lounge is here in the chat talking Falcons football. Smooth C is in the chat as well talking Falcons football. The Dixon Way
Hi,
says the
Goofy.
Falcons will be hunting Smurfs on Sunday. Lord of mercy.
Wow.
I got to give you a laugh.
Oh, wow.
We want to laugh at that one. Can we laugh at that one? What we doing? Are we sheeshing? Are we laughing? Are we wowing? What we doing on this one? You gonna sheesh that one? Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. A lot of content creators in the chat too as well. So if you haven't heard of some of these content creators, please head over to their channel and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. They talk a lot of Falcons football. Dixon Way is always live during the game, talking Hawks, talking Braves, talking damn near every sport you want to talk. Head over to the Dixon Way. You got Uncle Steve's Lounge here in the chat too as well. You got a lot more content creators. You got
Love
the
it.
eye test in the chat too as well. This is what it's all about in the Falcons Nation. Everybody's excited. Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. We love going live on Friday mornings. Sunday night show should probably be intact. I'm not going to Carolina. I've been up there a few times. There's nothing to do other than to beat the Panthers and then come back to Atlanta. And I think I can do that from the house. Michael W.'s in the chat too as well. Despite the injuries, I look for a statement game. Show me that the D is for real. Not no week 2 stuff. Make it consistent. Predicting that we keep the Kitty Cats under 20 points. Falcon fans,
wow.
under 20 points. I think you saw last year, it was like what, 20-20 at the half or like 15-15 at the half. And then second half, we just rolled out the red carpet and just destroyed the Panthers in Carolina. So I think we can go ahead and do it again. I need to check the weather report too as well. I don't know if it's raining out there or what the conditions are going to be. But Falcon fans, if you guys go out there and you see somebody next to you packing those Marlboros,
Oh,
get
wow.
ready to smoke them right next to you. Falcon fans, hit that
I'll be
like.
smoking that Panthers pack. I'm just saying. Catch me Sunday after 5 p.m. I'll be smoking that Panthers pack. Just wait. I'm just saying, man.
Panthers.
I feel like the Falcons defense is much better than the Cardinals. I mean, Bryce was pressured like 35%. We pressured JJ McCarthy like 50 something percent we finished with. So they only had 1 interception on Bryce. We had 2 against JJ. I think they sacked Bryce 3 times. We had 6 sacks. Okay. So like I just feel like this game should be very winnable. Our defense is much better than the Cardinals. I don't see a world where the Panthers pull off a win. I truly don't. Division rival or not, in their home or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only bright spot, in my opinion, they have right now is Tet McMillan. Okay, he is honestly. I'll give him his
Because
flowers.
obviously Xavier Leggett ain't doing nothing over there, so
No,
we
he's
gotta.
right now negative yardage actually through
I
2
tell
games.
you
So,
a little bit, give me a little raccoon, get up here, get your squirrel, get that squirrel cooking.
You better
but
catch some
listen,
passes.
but listen, to win this game, truly, we got to keep up that momentum we had on defense. I think our defense is better than the Cardinals, so I'm not worried about us getting to Bryce. I think Bryce should be scared of a guy like JPJ, of a guy like Divine Diablo. I mean, I'm sure they tower over him, so he should definitely be scared. Um, and yeah, for me, the way we win this game though is have another dominant performance on defense. And number two is we got to find a way to contain Tet because he had 100 yards receiving against the Cardinals.
Mhm.
And I think the Panthers fan in the chat asked who's covering Tet. Like, yeah, that is the one
Should be Mike
issue
Hughes,
that
I believe.
yeah, so it's gonna have to be Mike Hughes because we can't have him have a 100-yard receiving game against us. He's currently, I believe, third in all rookies. No, sorry, first among all rookies in receiving yards with 168. So we got to find a way to contain him. And then number three, I think this is the game we pull it all together, guys. Like I think this is the game where we have a balance on pass and rushing attack. The Panthers are better at stopping the run than they are the pass attack. So I think this is the game we really got to. Hopefully Mooney's healthier, than he was last week, and we could start getting that deep pass going because we haven't seen that yet from Michael Penix, and that's his strength, right? So I'm hoping this is the week we see it.
Right.
And we start also, seeing not just the deep throws, but also like the intermediate. We really weren't seeing a lot of that either. I think he's had like 3 through 2
Mhm.
games. So
Mhm.
3 pass attempts that are from the intermediate part of the field to the deep part. So hoping we see more of that. But those are my 3 keys to victory.
I mean, you got so much to look forward to, Falcon fans. I mean, the special teams unit, the way they played against the Vikings, they go out there and do the same thing as well. Field position is big when you don't give up a lot of yards on special teams, especially in the punt return game. Mike Ford literally yelling and screaming in the guy's face as he fumbles the ball. Like these guys are getting scared off of footsteps.
That
You know
was
what I'm saying?
awesome.
And when you got a unit like what Coach Williams puts out there, Hodge and D'Angelo Malone flying down the field. Shout out to Debo. But even seeing Jalen Walker on special teams too as well in the kickoff, like he's getting ready to go over here and take a hat off. Big shout out to these players and big shout out to all the coaching because even in the Bucks game, losing like at the last second was kind of disappointing. But knowing that we were right there with the Bucks to start the season, last year we came out pretty flat. You know what I'm saying, against the Steelers. And even though we did lose week 1, I saw a much better team from, Michael Penix in the group. And then week 2, when fans are thinking, oh, man, we're going to Minnesota. Oh, man, that fan base. Oh, man, it's going to be so loud. And you're watching the first series when they can't hear and it's like it's so loud. And the Falcons overcome that too as well. Now they're going into Carolina where damn near it's going to look like Georgia versus Marshall. Shout out
Oh,
to
wow.
shout out to those dog fans. When you look in the stands, and that's the one thing about Carolina's fan base. Like they don't care about the team once they start losing. Like the team, it's over. It's back to hockey, right? It's back to college baseball, right? Like you're gonna look in the stands Sunday and see a bunch of red and black because our fans travel well when it goes to division games. And when you have an 0-2 Carolina team that just looks like they're getting ready to just tank for Arch, hashtag tank for Arch. You don't want to see this Falcons unit, Panther fans. We're going to go out there and knock some hats off. We're going to go out there and put some points up on the scoreboard. Will, you mentioned it, man, 20 points a game for this team. And the Falcons seem to be on track to getting it done, man. And they can go up there on Sunday, even with Bijan, with Kyle, with Penix, with Tyler, with even me out there. You can tackle
Oh, wow.
on the Carolina Panthers. I mean, I haven't ran a route in almost 10 plus years,
If
but
if
it ain't
Jack,
gonna be hard to say. I see the zone. I got him. I
I'm
got you,
gonna
Penix. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
gonna tell Raheem, put me in, coach. If we're not winning by multiple scores, if it's only like a 7-point, win, like nah, put me in. Let me run up that score real quick.
Bruh, bruh, bruh.
Harry is getting ready to play on Sunday. Hashtag carry the ball, Falcon fans. You were gonna say Mr. 80 on the run.
Oh
That's
wow.
the only thing I was hoping the Falcons do Sunday against the Vikings. You want to be petty? You want to be real petty? Put Kirk Cousins in to take the knee against the Vikings. That's the
Oh
one thing I told you
wow.
all. I said, put him in, take the knee. Falcon fans, put him in,
No.
take the knee, get it
Oh
out there.
We might
wow.
have Bijan playing quarterback. Panic's already like we're winning by multiple scores. We might have Bijan in at quarterback.
Right.
Our coach already said he might play Bijan at quarterback. So you never
Hey,
know.
and let me tell you something. Bijan did it looked like a misdirection, like with the snap that New Zealand threw back against Penix, and Bijan stepped in front and got 8 yards out of it. Right.
Yeah,
So
that was great, honestly,
that
because
was
that was a
fun to
mistake.
see.
That was a mistake, and he made that look like it was
You
planned.
turned a mistake straight from the line of scrimmage right up the field, damn near for 2nd and 2. And it was like, Bijan, what just happened here? And I go back and I watch the play and I'm like, holy shit, New Zealand wasn't supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. Sure enough, we got out of there with a win. A couple players, a little banged up. I'm sure when they do their walkthroughs today, they'll find out the final report for who's going to be playing Sunday. And we can't wait to see, that official
To
depth chart going into Sunday.
to Jay Black's point, he said that panel JPJ has to show Panthers why they should have drafted him. I hope he is at full practice today. I think he will be because Wednesday he didn't practice. Yesterday he was limited. I think he's good to go. They're just resting him because
Yeah.
man, he's been balling. So I think he just needs some rest after
Yeah.
getting to JJ. But uh, I just wanted to piggyback off that point that JJ is going to show them. I think also Jalen Walker because they're both Carolina boys. So I
Right.
think they're both going to show them why they should have drafted him.
Right. And Falcon fans, be ready, be prepared. Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Sunday, 1:00 game. T Will, one thing we do have to talk about before we get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the chat too as well. D Cash said, do we know Red Swarm? Yeah, we know Red Swarm. Red Swarm, Falcon fan. Yeah, we know Red Swarm. Shout out to Red Swarm too as well. But fans in the chat are live. They're lit. They're talking Falcons football. Bobby Blazing Game is in here talking about Bijan. The moment he rode on the back of a defender and gains 5 more yards before being tackled tells me everything I need to know about who's the best running back in the league. You're talking about that one play, Bobby D. Go to the other play when he goes to the right on that zone stretch. Jukes the first 2 guys out of their boots. I'm talking about they're still looking for their cleats right now. Turns back left, goes inside, bumps the offensive lineman to push him forward, hits one more juke move before getting tackled right there and making it like a 2nd and 1 or a 3rd and 1, which we all saw the game. Falcons ended up picking up the first down. We moved the chains. We keep rolling. I think at that time, Carolina was down 20. But Falcon fans, we have a lot going on here. T-Will's over there having a great time. T-Will, after the Carolina Panthers, and we will talk more about this, but after the Carolina Panthers, T-Will, it does get a little bit tough for the Falcons, right? And this is where we do talk about trap games and cake games and all this other stuff. The Commanders, who might not play Jaden Daniels on Sunday, possibly to know that, he gets banged up out there. He could be out for a significant amount of time. So I think they might hold him out to bring him up against the Atlanta Falcons at the Benz next week. T. Will, following that game, you saw the Buffalo Bills last night roll the Miami Dolphins. They fall into Atlanta for the Monday night football game against the Atlanta Falcons. And then we head out to the West Coast, T. Will, where we got the 49ers, another hostile environment with that fan base. And of course, we have some ties there, T. Will, Raheem Morris, Kyle Shanahan, right? We've talked about that before. They definitely have an utmost amount of respect for each other. They worked well together in the past. Now they're going to be on, of course, both sides of the field. But I think the Falcons do end up with that win right there, too, as well in San Francisco. That Buffalo's game is going to be pretty tough. Even the Dolphins last night, Tua seems like he won't even make it to week 17. They're probably going to bench him. I don't think Mike McDaniel is going to make it to week 17. This Dolphins team is bad. Right. And I understand they put up some yards against the Bills last night, but this Dolphins team is bad. I got some friends from Miami coming in for that game too as well. They're already talking about, hey, y'all going to go ahead and get the win. And it's on my birthday. So, that would be great to have a birthday win for the Atlanta Falcons.
Love it.
But the team we play after that, right now, this could be your trap game because
No
they are
trap game.
no trap game. Carrie's here. Whenever Carrie's here, no trap
There's
game.
no trap game anymore. I feel like we finally have a defense that could close out any game.
Okay.
And once this offense figures it out, how to, have a good passing attack and rushing attack in the same game, watch out because we also have a kicker now who can make
Right.
field goals past 40
Right.
yards. So watch out.
Right. And you see every game goes down to the wire. That Cowboys Giants game, team scoring here, team scoring there, field goal from 65-yard here, going to overtime. So we got to play until that last whistle blows on every one of these teams because the Bills will fight to the end. Those Colts right now with Daniel Jones. Oh my, bro.
Yeah,
What in the
Jack, I
hell?
remember when you said, oh, yeah, that's a dub. I don't know. Now they're looking a little better than we thought.
Trap game. Falcon fans hit that like that's going out to Berlin too as well.
No,
But when you come back from Berlin, guess what, Kerry? You get right back on that win streak again. If you lose, guess who you got? You got the Panthers.
I'm going to be smoking that 8-pack and that Panthers pack twice this season. I can't wait.
Look, Kerry, we smoking that Panther pack, smoking that Saint pack the week after. Then you head up to New York and you hit that Jet pack real quick. Ooh.
I love it.
I'm telling you, man, energy's going to be lit. And then to end the season out, you guys can see what's going on. T-Will, let's talk about it. After the Panthers game, you have the Commanders, you have the Bills, you got the 49ers. So the Falcons definitely need to tack on a big win against the Carolina Panthers. T-Will.
Yeah, I think you can go 2-1 with the Commanders, Bills, and 49ers. I'd be okay with that. I think the Falcons can get the Bills. You look at it, if you can run on the Bills, and the Falcons can
Which
run
the Dolphins did last night. They kept that run game going.
Yeah, to your point, we're a better, in my opinion, and not biased aside, so far this season, we look much better than the Dolphins. And the Dolphins were staying in that game with the Bills. The Bills,
Yeah.
they're lethal on offense, but their defense is not all that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, Kerry. And if you can run the ball, that does two things. Number one, that keeps Mama, there goes that man again, keeps him off the field, right? Look at that. If you keep Josh Allen off the field, you win the time of possession, you got defense, you can win that game. Plus, that game is at home. I'd much rather face the Bills in week 5 or 6 in the Benz than face them in week 11 or 12 in Buffalo. So we kind of made out there. Look it. I'm okay with saying Panthers probably going to win that game. Commanders game, again, in the Benz, that one's winnable, right? The
With
one that
Jaden
kind of
Daniels, sorry, real quick, T-Will, with Jaden Daniels or with our old friend or foe, Marcus Mariota?
either way.
Oh, either way, it's a winnable.
Either
Okay,
way.
cool.
I don't want to
cool.
risk injury on people, but there's a lot of people that I'm hearing from the Commanders that hope that they sit. I'm talking about like fans and like people on the radio and stuff. They want Jay Daniels to not play because they know that he damn near limped off that field on those couple plays last time. And if he's not 100%, he takes one good shot. And quarterbacks take some hits. You take one good shot on Sunday and you get up off that ground and you start limping to the sideline, you know what's going to happen. Mariota's putting on that helmet. And then here comes that Ritter moment. T-Will.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say I'm not worried, but I definitely think we can beat the Commanders. I think we can beat the Bills. I mean, that's on the Falcons and it could go either way. The game that kind of gives me a little trepidation is the 49ers game because typically we don't play well in San Francisco. I don't know what happens. I don't know if it's mojo, but things seem to happen when we go out to San Francisco, and not that we can't win. But what I'm looking at is if you beat the Bills, that's going to be a euphoric after party. That's going to be
a big win.
Wow.
That's
You're not going to tell me nothing.
Right. And so you kind of go from that. Then you get on the plane. You go out there, West Coast. You got to get used to the time, blah, 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 blah. That would be, here it comes, a trap game.
Stop with the trap game.
I told you, when Gary's here, we don't
This is, like our friend in the chat always says, this is the new era of the Atlanta Falcons, 2025 Falcons. Georgia, Texas boy, we will rise. Yeah, his copy and paste message every week if it hasn't gotten through to you. There's no trap games, in my opinion. This is a new Atlanta Falcons. We have a defense, man. No one's trapping us. I'm sorry. We might lose a game this season we might only lose one. 16-1 is still on the table, but I don't think anybody could trap us. I think we could beat anyone. And now I'm sounding like T Will, but we could beat anyone. After I saw that defense against the Vikings, if they keep that momentum up,
Right.
yeah, I mean,
I'm
come
guessing
on.
you get a 4 or 5 sack game against Bryce Young on Sunday. That's possible. That's very much so
Oh,
possible.
that is definitely
Right.
possible. He was pressured 33% of the time, sacked 3 times,
Mm.
one interception against the Cardinals. And like I said, we have a better defense than the Cardinals. So, and not just that, but since the Cardinals game, the Panthers now are missing their guard, Robert Hunt. He tore his bicep, and they're missing their centers, Austin Corbett. He tore his MCL. So now their offensive line that already wasn't that good, not as good as ours, is now
And I'm
banged
not
up
gonna
even
lie,
more.
you got a guy like Jeff Ulbrich back there, the defensive coordinator spot. You saw what happened with the Vikings game. Those same two guys that were out on that O line, they took advantage of. They were sending pressure on that left side against that tackle that Jalen Walker was getting through, James Pierce was getting through. Even when the center went out, I think it was Rook or Dorless just pushing the center back into the quarterback. Some of these backups are not prepared for the moment, right? That's why I made the post in that 85 group. I asked those Panther fans, can any of you guys play offensive line? They might need you Sunday. Quit all that chapping and quit all that chirping in the group. Get out there and grab your helmet and go out there and help your team because that offensive line needs some help. But of course, these Atlanta Falcons, they are much better than what people see on paper. Of course, when they get on the field, they're a nasty group, man. We might have a new D block back in the building. But if you are heading out to San Francisco, one thing you got to remember too, Falcon fans, lock your car doors and don't leave anything in your vehicles. I've talked about that before. They break into cars like crazy in San Francisco. So if you got your rental, if you're driving with your home, if you're parking downtown, if you're going to go to a restaurant, I'm going to talk about it as we get closer to the game because we love traveling to these away games. But Falcon fans, please lock your car doors. T. Will, you're talking about the Falcons schedule. One thing I want to do is flip the side of the fence here and go to the Carolina Panthers schedule because the Panther fan was in here a little yippy yappy. And of course, after the Falcons beat them, the Patriots could be their trap game right there. But then the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Bills, the Jets, the Packers, the 49ers, the Rams, they got the Seahawks. They got some teams that is on they got some winning records they got to go up against, man. Your thoughts, T. Will, on just this Panther team when they go to their games, because we already know that. They're getting ready to be at the bottom of the bunch. But T. Will, just talk to us about what the Panthers are facing versus the Falcons' upcoming schedule.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for the Panthers. I I think it's going to be tough. Look, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the third game of the NFL season. But if I had to forecast, I'd say Falcons. I mean, I'm sorry, excuse me. Falcons will go 12-5. Panthers may go 5-12.
They're losing to the
They
Cowboys.
they
They're
they,
losing to
they
the
may go
Bills. They're
6-11.
losing to the Packers. They're losing that West Coast game to the 49ers. They're definitely losing against the Rams, and they're not beating the Seahawks. And the Bucks, they're losing twice. So
Yeah.
that's how
So
it is.
yeah, Panthers probably win 5 or 6 games. Not looking good. Can't figure out what they're doing offensively. Xavier Legette is dropping too many passes. Their linebackers, I don't want to say are substandard, but they're not great. And if
Well,
you're
you
gonna
can
play,
say that. No, you can say that. They're not good
Yeah,
enough.
you can
That's
say what
their
you want to.
weakest
Well,
point.
this is your podcast too.
No, I mean, respectfully, that's their weakest point on defense, in my
Yeah,
opinion. That's why I've been saying this is the week we got to get the passing game going again. A balance of rushing and attack because
yeah,
we haven't really been exploiting that middle part of the field, and their linebackers are not good. So I'm hoping this is the week we do it.
Right.
yeah.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Got a lot going on today. So this is great that we had a chance to talk breakfast with one time for the fan with all the fans. Went over Vikings Falcons recap from this past Sunday. What the Falcons got to do to beat the Panthers. We've already discussed that. Me, Terry, Kerry, Bodie, Boo Man, Eric Parker. You can send us out there, Raheem. We'll go out there and beat the Panthers for you. The guys can rest. But
Right.
for everybody in the chat, man, like, thank you all for showing up this morning and talking Falcons football because this is
Definitely.
breakfast. This is
Yes.
what 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're talking Falcons. A lot of you fans are heading out to Carolina this weekend. Don't forget, bring out your all whites. They're doing a whiteout out there in Carolina, so it's going to be great to see the fan base out there in their Drake London jerseys, their Mooney jerseys, Michael Penix Jr. jerseys. Of course, those Bijan Robinson jerseys are selling like crazy.
So are the Penix jerseys. You cannot get a Penix throwback jersey anywhere. I forgot to tell you that, Jack. I was going to get one before the game started at the home opener. I saw one. Not every shop had it. Found one that had it. The line was long. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come back after the game. I was so pissed off that we lost. You couldn't tell me nothing. I just had to get out of
was
there so quick. Yeah, so I completely forgot to buy my Penix jersey. I go online, Fanatics. I go online to Falcons team store. Every place online, you cannot find a Atlanta Falcons throwback Michael Penix Jr. jersey. All sizes sold out. So
Carrie,
shout out
you
to
said
him.
the line was long and you found the jersey you wanted. All you had to do was just, hey Jack,
I know.
where you
I was
at
like,
right
I'll
now?
just go back. I was like, I'll just go back. And then I was so mad. I told you guys when I left the stadium, I was walking outside so mad. There was a little boy next to me. He was bawling his eyes out. I was like, oh man, that's tough. I just wanted to hug him, but that could be creepy. So I just told him it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. His mom said he's so sad that we lost. I'm like, it's all right, buddy. Don't cry. Don't worry. We're
Oh,
gonna win next week against those Vikings. Don't worry.
And
So
sure enough, we did. So I'm
and you
guessing,
were right.
yeah.
you
Called
know,
it.
Poor
Did
kid. He
call
must
it.
have been like 5 years old, and he was boo-hoo crying, man. I was like,
Antonio
man, that's tough.
Henderson's in the chat says, I'm at work framing a roof, listening to y'all. Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Antonio
you.
Henderson. I got my friend A1 who looking for some little work too as well. A1 Antonio,
Oh
if you can hook him up,
Wow. Oh,
Oh
wow.
we'll get him
wow.
out there.
Oh wow.
I think someone in
Oh,
the chat, Bobby D, he asked, does anyone know when we get Braylon Trice back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get him back after the bye week if he's ready. He's on short-term IR, so that means he can be back after 4 weeks, which would mean after the bye he could come back to play. But unfortunately, he re-aggravated that same knee that put him on season-ending IR last year, so he has yet to
Right.
play a down for us in the regular season 2 years. I'm really hoping, I had high hopes for him this season, coming back,
Right.
and then he got hurt again. So shout out to Braylon Trice. Hopefully he can come back and make a difference on this defense for sure.
Right. Craig, you gotta be careful asking what's people addressing here. I think Carrie has
Oh,
somebody
wow.
she's trying to, block and get away from right now. Somebody's asking her for her address. Could it be you, Craig? Craig with the hashtag
Craig's
cut crew
burner?
today. What's up, Carrie?
I said maybe that's Craig's burner. I don't know who that was asking for my
What?
address in the chat.
Craig, you got the burner account? Sheesh. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
what up, Craig?
Hey,
What up,
Craig.
Silk
Craig?
Legacy said, put a fork in that kitty. They done.
Meow.
Sheesh. That boy Silk Legacy in here talking Falcons. Look,
Mhm.
Michael W, Bobby D, even 82 Monte Carlo, a lot of Falcon fans, Winston the Eye Test, the Dixon Way, Antonio, Blazing D, Smooth C. Look, everybody, John Brooks. If I missed y'all, I love y'all. But at the end of the day, man, this Falcon team is built for success. We see it already. I think it's going to be, a great season for these Atlanta Falcons. Let's go out there. Let's roll the Carolina Panthers and come back to Atlanta 2-1 so we can prepare for a tough NFC matchup against the Washington Commanders. Falcon fans, you got to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, not only for me, Jack, or one time for the fan, or T Will, or Carrie, but we had a lot of other content creators in this chat who took the time out of their day to come talk some Falcons with us. So from everybody from the Dixon Way to Uncle Steve to the Eye Test, and even a lot more content creators here who's starting up their channels, head over there and hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. At the end of the day, we're talking Falcons. Everybody's enjoying it. We're talking Falcons in a positive environment. Like nobody's, starting beefs or arguments in our chats. As you can see, everybody's just having a good time. Even the jokes with D Cash, I think he understands it. You might feel a little rivalry there, little brother, but
it's all fun. But
go
just
back in
don't
your
forget
room.
don't forget to come back. We'll be looking for you next after
Definitely
Sunday.
don't forget to
After
come
that
back. See,
beatdown.
Carrie talks that slick shit. Carrie wants to let you know,
It
like
does.
Carrie gonna pull up on you in
It
that
does.
big boy, that Hemi too. You better
I
be
mean,
careful now.
You
Carrie
pull
is
up on me, I'm
low-key
gonna give you
petty.
that same energy. So he showed up to a Falcons podcast wanting that smoke. What do you expect? He's not in a Panthers
Woo!
podcast chat.
Right.
So
Woo!
Right.
I'm just saying.
I love to
Woohoo!
have
You
Carrie here
don't
on the
understand,
podcast. This is
Jack. My
great.
mentions against these Panthers fans and on social media, man, they
So,
really
Carrie, out of the
Woo!
15,000 followers you have, you still
stop
have
it.
time to look at the Carolina Panther
Stop it.
mentions? Like, you
Yes,
get
because
From the
those?
they're
yacht,
all in my comments.
from the
They're all
yacht. She's on her yacht right now. Like, I'm getting you and
Right.
you and you and
Right.
you.
yep,
I'm seeing all of you Sunday morning. It's
yep.
going down.
I got my
Sunday
Panthers
afternoon,
pack
rather.
ready. So before we head
Ah,
out of here, though,
ah.
are we gonna give our score predictions, like realistic one? I know I said
Well,
100-0, but I could give my realistic one too.
I mean, I don't know if we did one for the Vikings and the Bucks. I know we're just gonna win. You know, I think we're just gonna win. I do think it should be a dominating victory out there in Carolina. Then again, some people can say, "Hey, man, it's a division matchup. You know, they play us well and all this other stuff." I'm gonna say the Falcons win by a touchdown or more. I'll give the Panthers at least 15 points. I'll say 24-14 Falcons.
Damn, I'm not
T.
even
Will.
14.
I'm right there with you, Jack. I'm gonna say 27-13 Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm,
Okay.
where I'm going with it.
And
Let's
Carrie
do
said
it.
100-0. So, Carrie, do we take that?
Carrie's
Oh
on her
wow.
Eric Parker this morning. She is getting her Eric Parker on.
Oh wow. Nah, realistically, I say 100-0. I wish, but I did look up last night after saying that the biggest blowout in NFL history was what, T. Will 78-0.
You did say
So
that. I
I
think
don't know
it's
if we're gonna
yeah.
make history, but I'm gonna go 27-10 Falcons.
It's funny because we're all, you know, Jonte Rozier's in a different environment. Michael W., who knows what Michael's doing. Bobby D's somewhere in the world. But everybody's not giving Carolina no more than 10, 15 points here. Like, it's like, this is ugly. It's going to be
They
an
only
ugly game
scored
Sunday.
they only scored 10 against the Jaguars, and I think we could do the same thing, honestly. So I last night I did say I believe 31-10, but I don't know. I'm trying to, be a little modest here, but I do think this is if we can bring it all together. Week 1 was all about the pass attack. Week 2, rush attack. If we can bring it all together, exploit that middle of the field, let Penix air it out. If Mooney's healthy, I think we could finally have a 30-piece game. I think this is the week we can bring it all together and score 31-10. But if I'm being modest, I'll say 27-10. But I think
Hey,
we could definitely score 30 on them.
this is great to see from all the love from the Falcon fans that know that this team is really good. You guys going to be sitting around the TVs or around the radio or even at the game on Sunday watching the Falcons beat up on the Panthers. Us on One Time for the Family back Sunday night talking Falcons football. Let's go ahead and wrap this show up and get up out of here. You Falcon fans are the greatest. I'm sure D Cash is over there losing his shit right now. Like, where's the rest of the Panther fans? I tagged them all. They're not here. D Cash is in here fighting a war by himself. Look, Jon Snow moment for you, D Cash. That's what happened on Game of Thrones. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Winston Thornton 2712. My boy Craig is in the chat too as well. And of course, Dixon Way said they hotboxing Carrie. They hotboxing the Panther pack.
Yeah, I got
On
my
Sunday.
Panthers pack ready. I'm not joking. So
Hey, and don't forget, we have a big bye week coming up. We have a lot of special guests going to be joining us, podcasters, content creators. Miles Garrett from Fox 5 will be back. You know, the great Miles Garrett. I don't want to spend too much time on the Sleeper Falcon Content Creator Fantasy League.
Oh wow.
I don't want to spend too much time on the Content Creator League because Jack Spade's 2-0.
Oh wow. This
Josh
guy.
Allen put up 23 last night, and my opponent is sitting right over there.
T. Will, you're trying to let him win. I looked at your lineup. You didn't even adjust your lineup. You got people playing that are
Oh, Carrie, don't give
questionable.
him the tips and pointers now, baby girl.
Yeah,
Don't
T.
give him the tips
Will,
and
come
pointers
on. He's
now.
trying to make him 3-0. Wow.
Falcon fans,
I'm
you guys
really
were
not.
here.
I've just been so busy, man. But you're right.
Go
You're right.
guys
adjust
were
your
here for the
lineup. It's
live
not
draft.
too late.
You
You're
guys
right.
were
I'm
here
gonna
for
do
the
that
live
today.
draft. You saw me take Josh Allen at 5. You saw me take the Eagles defense at 7. You saw me take that kicker at 9. And you guys went off on Jack Spade. Jack Spade, what are you doing? That's why you don't play fantasy football. You guys give me the hand. What's that finger, T. Will? What's that movie with the finger? What's that movie? Color Purple? Is that what it is?
Wait, no.
Was it? Is it the collar purple? You gonna
Wait,
do
no,
right. You
that's
gonna until you
till
do
you
right by
do
somebody.
right by me.
Falcon
Till
fans, you
you
guys
do
went
right by
off on
me.
me. You guys went off on me about picking my fantasy
We
team
kind of did.
live,
We kind of did.
and now I'm 2-0.
Because you did exactly what you're not supposed to do, and somehow it's working for
He
you.
went
It's
against
Miles
crazy.
Garrett was on
conventional
the
wisdom.
Yeah,
podcast.
it's
Miles
crazy.
couldn't believe it. Miles said, "Who do you got?" I can't believe it. Miles had to cover his eyes,
Yeah, because that's just unheard of.
and now I'm 2-0. And
Mm.
my toughest matchup is probably week 7 against Birdo. And I'm gonna make sure my lineup is set up real nice against
Real
Birdo.
nice.
Real nice. Hey, Falcon
Real
fans, you gotta
nice.
know when you pick a team like mine. No, I'm just playing. T Will,
Oh wow,
Carrie, let's get to this shout out so we can get up out of here, man. We got a lot to go on today.
wow.
Uh, who wanna go? T Will?
Hey man, to everybody that and I wasn't sleeping Dixon way. I was looking for something because I got a meeting coming up. But you're right, I should be in the moment and paying attention. Dixon way, my guy. Um no, everybody who joined us in the chat, man, thank y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us, and we appreciate it. We love talking Falcons with you. And to that, what the hell?
We didn't tell the Panthers fan to start cleaning up right now. The game ain't so
Oh
soon.
wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay, wow. Okay. To the Panthers fan, I'm with Kerry. And now, don't run. Okay, when we go in there and establish some justice, which we will. Okay, don't run. All right, because I'm gonna tell you something. The Panthers are gonna come out on a suicide mission, and that first series, when they're in the huddle, they're gonna say, "Tonight we dine in hell," because they know they're going to lose, right? So don't run. No, in all seriousness, hey man, thank God for each and every one of you who came in my path, and thank you for everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Much respect to Mr. Jack Spade and Miss BPE Carey. Although a little bit this morning, she was kind of 21 Carey, but it's okay. We love them both. Thank you guys. Hey, you guys want to check me out? For my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, for my ATL Movies, wow, on
What
YouTube.
is that?
That's the Carolina Panthers versus Cardinals in the third quarter. It was
Wow.
I
27 to
know. I
3.
think the Cardinals just took their foot off the gas.
They
Honestly.
They
did.
did.
They went into what
Same
is it?
like the
Prevent?
Bears Vikings, and that's what
They
cost them
went
that
yeah,
loss.
they went into
Yeah,
prevent.
but don't worry.
They
Our,
did.
our defense is different, man. They're not taking
Yeah,
their foot off no gas. So,
they are.
um,
But check us out Saturday night. We are doing X-Men 2000, myself and Jordan, on For My ATL Sports 1 and For My ATL Movies. So, hey, man, thank you guys. Jack, I got to run. I do have an appointment. Good luck, everybody.
thanks, you will.
Go Falcons. Carrie, Jack, see you guys Sunday. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
We
Thanks, you
got
will.
BPE Carey giving us her celebrity shout outs. Big shout out to Miss Carey. Taking the time out of her day to talk Falcons football with us here on One Time for the Fan, because Carrie is one time for the fan. Miss Carey,
Yes.
your shout outs.
Shout out to you, Jack. Shout out to T Will, Bodie, everyone in the chat. Seriously, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it. Shout out to the Dixon Way. Check him out. He does Atlanta sports watch alongs. Every Atlanta sport, he is doing a watch along on YouTube, and he always shouts us out. So shout out to him. Please check him out. And then I also want to say shout out again to Bean Talk, Mohammed Sanu. Thank you, Winston Thornton. Appreciate you. Um, Shout out to Bean Talk, man. Congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for always supporting the show, coming on the show. Yeah. Let's beat these Panthers, please, by multiple scores like we did the Vikings. We got to put them in their place because it's Panthers fans, man. They're giving me a headache. I'm over it. So,
Right. They only show up when it's Falcons Panthers week.
yeah,
Otherwise than that, it's like,
100%.
where did you guys
100%,
come
Jack,
from again?
because
You guys in our division? Oh, I forgot about you guys. Yeah.
well, no, because all off season they were talking so much trash, and then the last 2 weeks they've been so quiet because they were 0-2. But now all of a sudden this week they're being loud again. So they think this is a win because of week 18.
I mean, respectfully, most of them are Braves fans too. And the Braves, of course, are not doing too well. So, of course, they don't have no baseball to look at. And when you look at the football team is a garbage. And I think the Falcons go up there, and if they put on that type of pressure the Cardinals did, there is no coming back and taking no foot off, no gas. This team is getting beat bad on Sunday. So Panthers, I hope you guys are ready for Owen Tree, as they say in the islands. And of course, if you lose about 2 more, Kerry, when you get to like 0-5, 0-6, that's when you start looking at what? The draft, right? Like
Right.
2026, first pick, second pick, third pick, because you're not coming back on those 6-game win streak. Not with that team. And for the head coach, this is an opportunity for you guys to. You guys had the chance to bring in a couple more big, significant names to be a head coach. You guys chose a nobody, and it's going to cost you. But yeah, Falcon fans, let's go up there and let's roll these Carolina Panthers. A lot of people say they're hot boxing that Panther pack on Sunday. Shout out to you all that's going to be doing that. But yeah, it's going down in a major way. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Too many names to name, so I don't want to miss nobody. But I'll just go to everybody in the chat because we include everyone here on One Time for the Fan. And thank you all, man. Y'all are great. Of course, One Time for the Fan is from the fan, for the fan. Falcon fans just talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. And we'll see y'all back Sunday night at 8. Big shout out to Muhammad Sanu once again. Not only for, taking the time out of your day last year to join our podcast and talk Falcons with us, but every time we see you, Kerry, you see him at the games.
Yeah.
I see him too as well. Super respectful, really nice dude, man. So hats off when it goes to what you've done here on and off the field once again, Muhammad. And, have a great career, man. I think he's also working on a podcast too as well. I think it's called Facts Over Stats or Stacks Over Facts.
Yes,
Can't remember what it is.
Yep.
But he's working on something, man. He talked to us about, a lot what he's doing last year. And sure enough, it's in play now and it's rolling in the right direction. And we just got to give her a big shout out to Muhammad Sanu. But yes, we have a bye week coming up. We have a lot of special guests going to be joining us during that bye week. We're going to have a good old time talking Falcons football. And we should be on the right side of, getting over 500 and making sure we make our way to the playoffs. Because, it's going to be a long season, but it's going to be a fun one. So Falcon fans, we'll see y'all Sunday night at 8. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, not only for One Time, but of course, all the content creators, T-Will, former ATL Sports. Don't forget about Bodie too as well, 404 Proof. Those guys are doing magnificent over there with the podcast they got going on. If you guys haven't heard about it, 404 Proof. Go ahead and check them out. I might even be making a little special guest appearance over there soon too as well. Once Bodie cuts the check, because he still owes me that $200 from last year. I told him about that. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Don't go hitting up Bodie talking about where's Jack money. I'm just joking. We're just playing a joke here. So big shout out to you all, man. But we up out of here, and we'll see y'all Sunday night at 8 when them Falcons roll them Panthers.
Rise up.